can you beat Far Future with only Garden Warfare plants? Personally, I'm not sure. I'm obviously lying. But if you know anything about this world, you might know what's coming up that'll really help us to beat this challenge. Also, sorry that this video has taken so long to make. I decided to get a new mic to sound better for you guys. And I don't know if it even works. Let me know in the comments if this is even working. Sorry. But enough talk about flying cars and electricity. I don't know how to describe the future. The future! Weird. I thought I'd be hungrier. What happened to your face? Hey, what happened to the lawn? It's so glowy. Well, Dave, these green sticker tiles make it possible for plant food effects to chain across multiple plants, as long as they're planted specifically on these spaces. Put plant food on a Peashooter. Okay. What was the point of that? Whoa! Better try that one again. Yeah, I still don't know how this is helping. Awesome! You can plant anything on power tiles. Anything? Welcome back, Spray Peas. After that awfully long tutorial, we headed into day 1, with these Peashooters already given to us. For free! Which inspired me to continue planting them and combine Peashooter with Torchwood. Who would have guessed? But in the midst of building up my team, this jetpack joyride zombie appeared. Thankfully, he's as strong as a wet flannel, but he can be a challenge to take down when he appears in clusters. With his super mega jetpack, he's able to travel a bit faster, but he also has the ability to blast over my plants and reach the finish. I guess he's vegan or something. We beat the level and unlocked Spring Beans' older brother, Sprung Bean. Laser Bean, as we all know, is not a Garden Warfare plant, and is in fact a plant boss, which means we can't use him. But you can play as him using mods. I swear to God, my brother said this to me, and I nearly punched him in the face. Day 2, and oh, would you look at that? We now have Triangle. It's almost like we're assembling the PlayStation Infinity Stones. As mentioned earlier, power tiles let you power multiple plants as long as they're on the same color tile. Why am I deciding to tell you this again? Well, with my massive brain, I thought I could make a smart play by planting down Cactus and using a plant food to supercharge all of them at the same time. And obviously that didn't work, because they're not the same color. But in the midst of me struggling to figure out what a triangle is, this gumball dispenser on a treadmill casted this purple force field in front of him, which blocked all of my... Oh, never mind, Cactus can shoot through it. But that doesn't mean he'll be taken down easily. I bet this guy has like 1,000,000 health. Interesting. After wiping out these other 2 zombie fish tanks, we moved on to day 3, Spider Imp. Simp. I didn't know what these small bugs would do to my plants, so to play it safe, I deployed Kernel Corn. But why do you look like that? Did I drag you out of your part-time job as a clown? I think I must have bought this costume accidentally when recording footage at some points, but I'm just gonna keep it on because he looks silly. So after planting down my cornfield, we destroyed every zombie in sight and got given a green fidget spinner. You know how sometimes suns are bombs? Yeah, this is one of those times. So these radioactive purple suns decide to explode when clicked on before they hit the ground. Somehow hitting the ground, the evil sun turns good again and lets me buy crap shooters. If you haven't already noticed, I haven't brought along any sunflowers, and that's not because I'm stupid. It's not. The rate of sun in these levels significantly increases, which means that sunflower isn't of use anymore. Go home. We managed to get by the level with only Peashooters and... Is that a brain in a spaceship? What am I even playing? Day 5. That is not a cone head. I'm not gonna sit here and go through every futuristic, stupid, piss-take zombie in the far future, so we got by with only Spray Peas and Burning Tree Stump. These 2 plants actually managed to get us through quite a few of these levels. It's not even like the power tiles helped this combo much more, but with zombies spawning rather fast in multiple lanes, Peashooter is a great early plant to use, whilst Torchwood can come in clutch during the later waves. You can pick your friends, but you can't pick these plants. Why not, you ugly food truck? Thankfully, we were given Sunflower and Peashooter for some reason, but that didn't matter, as after beating the level, we unlocked... Finally, we get someone new to help us beat this challenge. Citron, whilst costing 350 sun, also takes 46 minutes to fire a shot. You kinda suck, man. But as a matter of fact, Citron is a very hard hitter that's able to target the more tanky zombies, such as the cone drone. And by activating his plant food ability, Citron fires an electric ball, taking out any zombie in that lane. It's basically just a weaker EM Peach, but costs 325 more You kinda suck, man. But thanks to Citron, we beat day 7 and received a futuristic file explorer. Whoa, so cool. Hello, gardener. In this year, your brains were collected ages ago. Well, how's that possible if I'm talking right now, dumb boss? Hey, wait, who are you? No, stop, stop! Ah, welcome back, conveyor levels. I really missed you. You guys are just so awesome. I don't know what it is about Snapdragon showing up on every world's conveyor belt, but I'm not complaining. But despite having Citron and Snapdragon, this level was very stingy with giving me the only Garden Warfare plants in this level, especially with the amount of zombies I'm expected to take out in the literal first seconds of the game. None of this is helpful. So failure after failure resulted in me deciding to use my epic Garden Warfare cheat code, where I decided to include plant abilities. Look, guys, don't get mad at me. These levels aren't even part of the challenge, but I'm still trying to beat them because why not? Not to name names, but in the PvZ YouTuber games and chains and stains, my fellow PvZ YouTubers who make these can you beat PvZ with, only Pringles, just skip these levels entirely. So be thankful that I'm putting in the work for you guys. Please press the like button. So after equipping Cactus's walnut ability, we had way more time to hold off these early zombies whilst waiting for Citron and Snapdragon. And this didn't necessarily make the level easier, as after the first few plants make their way around the sushi belt, someone thought it would be funny to throw in these Dance Dance Revolution pads just to stop me from getting any Garden Warfare dudes. Even with walnuts added to the team, this level hasn't become any easier, as there is a deliberate cap on how many Snapdragons can be on the lawn, which is so cool! And if you don't believe me, 5 Citron, 5 Snapdragon, 70 laser beam. But eventually, we made it to the final flag, where yeah, not today, buddy. Day 9. Never have more than 15 plants. Yippee! You see, I never needed piss off. Day 10. What the fuck? How is this iron lung looking contraption supposed to be futuristic? It looks like they're driving around in a minion's corpse. But interestingly, this imp duo summons waves of disco jetpack zombies every few seconds, exactly the same way the disco zombie would back in PvZ 1. And despite their size, they're still able to be eliminated with a single Citron supercharged blast. So we moved on to Peashooter level, and this time I meant it. This was really easy. The same thing went for day 12, day 13, and we'll talk about you later. Day 14, and don't spend more than 1500 sun. Well, I guess this strat won't work anymore. But noticing that there were 3 squares on the board, Cactus would be very cost efficient in being able to power up these 3 with a single plant food. And after using our good old backup Chomper, we went on to these constipated oranges. Day 15, protect these endangered citrons, even though they could just literally roll away. But with the help of Snapdragon, we're able to do close-up damage to the swarms of zombie drones. And whilst I was proud of my clever strategy here, this is nothing compared to day 16. Yet another conveyor level. And what a great selection of plants. Whilst we aren't capped this time to how many citrons we are given, it doesn't mean that the plant RNG isn't awful and would much rather give me punching lettuce or God. So the hardest part of the level is actually just planting a citron in every lane before the jetpacker flies right to the end. With some lucky RNG and correctly choosing which lawnmowers to sacrifice, we're able to buy just enough time to plant a whole row of citrons. And with the power tiles we gather over time, the rest of the level can be beaten by just spamming plant food. Looks like we don't have much firepower here, Penny. Sorry, but was you not freaking out over how good Fire Pea was back in Frostbite Caves? Magnifying Grass can pack quite the punch! This level forced me to use the plants listed to the left. This is all your fault. Day 18. What? 6,000 blimming sun. Are you high? If you think I'm overreacting here, look at this attempt where I made it to the end, but was only halfway to making it to 6 racks. As long as you plant a sunflower every 3 seconds, you should be able to get by day 18 no problem. But that's if these all-star pushing faces don't flick all of my plants into the void. Day 19 had me once again using sun bombs, and I got by this level so quick, I couldn't even finish planting my torchwoods. Day 20. Why are you here? Fruit shoots. Just like the last endangered level, Snapdragon is the real MVP, if you disregard the orb shooting citrons behind him doing most of the damage. But after the plant pushing football face twat knocked back my starfruit and got punished by being burnt to death, we got given a lawnmower trophy. I'm just such a good gardener. This power-up actually lets us instantly deploy a lawnmower, which made me think back to when we were struggling in the Lost City. So revisiting the Zombie XP Farm 1.21 update, no cobblestone required, I fired off our lawnmowers and... oh, I meant lawn mower. Because it appears I can only shoot off 1. I'll be back for you someday. family of 19. Day 21, make 5,000 sun. Overplanting will get you done. I'm going to shoot you with a gun. I'm starting to get really sick of these objectives. Actually, that's a lie. I got sick of these objectives 5 worlds ago. With my sunflower ring working together, this wasn't as hard as achieving 6,000 sun. Somehow. I guess there was more plant food in this level. But we're back with another Peashooter level. And with being given 4 plant foods, I used the 4 power tiles to make my... I don't have to explain this to you every time. You clearly know what I'm doing. Oh, look! We killed everything. Oh, hold on one sec. Day 23. Oh. To conserve the amount of sun I can use, I solely used the sun from the sky and used it to plant snapdragons. With 600 sun left, as well as 5 plants available to place on the lawn, I don't know why I didn't use sunflowers. No, that's it. I literally don't know why I didn't use sunflowers. Day 24. Sun bombs. Again. I once again used my cactus strat. However, due to the sun bomb's hitbox detection, I somehow kept blowing up my plants, which is what I meant to do. Thank you, PopCap. PopCap more like blow up your house. But with taking down day 24 and being given, a free... I don't know, I got nothing. We finally arrived at day 25.
Boss fight time.
You get it? I did a robot voice because we're in the future. Isn't it convenient that your neighbor is so helpful in your fight against the zombies? I mean, no, that kind of makes sense to me. I'm not gonna lie, boss man. With one secret word, my sleeper agent will turn against you. Listen to me, David. This Zomboss fight is actually seemingly different compared to the others. With Citron being part of the Garden Warfare team, there's actually a slight chance we can beat this level, and this definitely wasn't going to be easy, with the rest of the plants looking like... this. Just like last time, the biggest problem we faced was being given enough Citrons to take out the sheer amount of zombies that Zomboss deployed. And when I wasn't looking for Citrons, the game forced me into a tic-tac-toe match with the power tiles. Majority of the time, I was simply being given too many power tiles. Or too many green beans. And even managing to place a whole row of Citrons, Zomboss felt the need to run into the few plants I had and send me back to square one. Or should I say square 13, because they keep giving me power tiles! However, after many close calls, as well as preserving my plant food as well as possible, we somehow actually took out Zomboss with only Citron, and he dropped the key to the Dark Ages. But that'll have to be for next time, as there was the far future beaten with only Garden Warfare plants. And wait! Don't leave yet. Make sure to subscribe, please. I mean, you've watched the whole video already. Come on, man. That's like so rude of you. Oh, and don't forget to like the video. Are you guys even gonna get this reference? I'm meant to be like Marty McFly, like because he's from the future and we're in the far future. Why do I even try, right?